is rusted, but it still works.
Okay, so they could divert the train here. And it never went through Doncaster. So assuming it did... Can we not go that way? What is this?
Mines. This is interesting.
Achtung, Minen! So, the train was diverted that way.
It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines.
Here are the mines, Holmes. They appear to be abandoned.
And caved in. What is this?
This is an administrative panel. See what it says.
This is an information sign. It might contain some useful data. We should restore it.
Mm-hmm.
Watson, you are a gentleman, and gentlemen tend to carry handkerchiefs. Might I borrow yours?
And where is your own?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Very well. Here it is.
Sure, Holmes, sure. Hey, oh. Oh, it's where coil goes. WEA Coal Company. Interesting.
WEA Coal. These mines belong to them.
Who are
This
they?
suitcase contains my archives.
Okay, I guess we're not going to read up on them in the archives.
How is it even possible for a train to disappear?
There's a railway tie here.
There is a wooden beam lying on the rails.
What?
The distance between the tracks is about 4 feet 8 inches. A lightly loaded vehicle came this way. A small vehicle with wooden beams went down this way.
So that beam fell off whatever vehicle came through here. So it could have been like a handcart or something, or a smaller carriage. There are horse prints though. And it went both ways, look. So down and back again. Okay, we can't go that way. Look at all this coal just lying around, though.
This mine
they wouldn't
has
have just
completely collapsed.
left all this coal. This was fuel. This is
But
money.
to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised.
Like leaving barrels of
It's
crude oil
difficult to
lying
follow
around.
you, Holmes.
This was the lifeblood of industry back then in Victorian times. Okay. So there's part of the mine that's collapsed. There's also a shaft over here that's just boarded up. padlocked.
This is the cabin for the mine's security personnel.
I don't think they're in. A metal box. I don't seem to be able to pick it up, but there's a lot of shovels here as well. Ah, okay, there is a
This
small
box
pixel
must be
we
the
can
safe.
interact with.
Let's open it.
No safe is safe from me. That could go that way. Bring this here, that might make it a little easier. Good morning, Shy. How are you? Okay, so that lines up with that by the look of it. Yawn. Was somebody up late? Okay, this doesn't line up at all with anything on here, so we must not have these first two tumblers right. What's interesting is there is a line way over on the left. I think we should line those up. I think that's how you do it. No, that's not exactly how you do it. There it is, you just need to get the right one. No, just because I had campfire open until 2 AM and was working on stories doesn't mean anything. Of course not. What am I thinking? That's not relevant at all. So somebody was working there. I mean, I did see you posted in your Discord as well that you'd been doing like the relationship map stuff. So you knew you would understand. Of course I do. Of course I understand.
The Mexican company Caracal and the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information.
Oh.
Perhaps Mycroft could help.
Oh. New instructions to all WEA Cole security personnel. We inform you that the representatives of the Barcazas group are granted free access from now on. So they were likely the favourites for buying the mine. This company is the future owner of the mines. Well, there you go. Also starting today, no trespassing rule is upheld against representatives of the Caracal Consortium. The preliminary contract of sale has been cancelled. Do not provide any explanation. This information is confidential. Interesting. So the partial scrap of information we got here. A burn note was found at the ashtray in Doncaster Waiting Hall. It has a few legible sentences that highlight a conflict between the Mexicans and the Chileans. And that was about how they jeopardized the future of their corporation, and this cannot be allowed. There is bad stuff happening. Okay. Examine the mines and find out if it's possible to hide a train. Use the telegraph to discover more about the WEA Coal Company.
It seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who flared our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Now we have new tasks as well. Find the man smoking cigars at the Doncaster waiting hall. Are we still looking for the train, or is this a different case? No, this is still the train. Yeah. So we've, since yesterday, we've got quite a few little bits now, actually. That's the wrong menu, though, Matt. Since yesterday, if I go to the map, we were up in, we're in Chesterfield. So we found out the station master was drunk and he had dirty shovels. We've since then gone to the warehouse, found pieces of a handcart in Chesterfield, reassembled it into a fake train. Because if you remember, it was misty, and all we saw was the light, heard the steam whistle and the sound of, like, you know, wheels on the tracks, and then it just stopped. Everything was silent, and that was it. So we rebuilt the handcart, put a lamp on a dynamo right high up so it would be like the train light, and a steam whistle attached to an old pump-operated fire extinguisher, which then worked. As you could hear the steam whistle. And it's like, so this is what we saw at Evesham. That was at the start. And then we found another map, or we researched another map, to find that there was another station, Doncaster, which is also in the wrong place. Irritates me. And, yeah, the Doncaster station says, oh, the train came through here, no problem. Nothing unusual. But the guy is also a heavy gambler, and we found a Mexican guy at Doncaster as well. Also, it seems that what should have been a quarry next to the station is now a lake. It's all flooded in. And the lake over at the other side, in the northern part near where the beach is, the dam has been breached. We found muddy shovels, so we went to the beach and found a plaque from a barge. According to the archives, it belongs to a Mexican barge company called, I forgot what it was called now, hang on. Las Zarpas. So that belongs to them. Geography is really, really hard, yes, I know. So, yeah, it seems that a Mexican barge company must have floated something across from the other side of this lake. So it also, whatever was at the other end, was offloaded onto a carriage that was heavy and moved. Down in Evesham, meanwhile, we found out that they've also stolen some railway ties using the same carriage that hauled something away from the beach just recently. And this railway switch leads to a mine where we found out that the Chilean company whose executives were on this train and the Caracal Corporation, who were the Mexicans, were in a bidding war over the mine that the Chileans were winning. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Sounds like it's going to be a really hard, convoluted solution to explain where the actual train is. Well, I mean, the current theory is it's either in the mines, or it was diverted just before Doncaster and into the quarry, and then the lakeside border was breached with the shovels to flood the quarry. Because the lake is lower than it should be. There are boats that were tied up at a jetty, and the boat is way down here in the line, so it wouldn't have been tied up that way, unless the lake lowered. So something's in the lake. We don't know what. Or it could have just happened by accident. It might be entirely coincidental. So, yeah. Let's go back to the Doncaster station, though. We've probably got more to do at the mine shaft. I remember needing to do some stuff there, but let's go to a telegram and we'll send Mycroft a message. We'll find out what he knows about this bidding war between the Chilean and the Mexican consortiums wanting to buy the mine. Because there's clearly coal there still, it just collapsed. But this is the branch, and it works. Vladro with subscription from Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you, that is very much appreciated. Welcome. Welcome to the subscribers. So you can see here, look, there are some ties that have been placed down. The ground is discoloured as well, so it's probably recent. It hasn't dried out. So somebody constructed a rail link here. Like with the bits of railway that were stolen from Evesham, maybe? But the Doncaster station master here says, no, the train passed through normally, no problem. No problem. So yeah, something bad going on. I don't trust this guy. But I'm gonna go to the Ticketmaster's office. So that's the luggage room. Where would the Ticketmaster's office be again? It's inside the waiting hall, isn't it? Oh, here he is again.
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Really? You're smoking Mexican cigars, though. Which I did say doesn't necessarily mean anything at first, but since we found out, confirmed several direct Mexican-rooted interests here, makes it unlikely. Let's have a look. So he's very smart. He's quite strong. Martial arts. I guess he's inferring that from knobbly knuckles or something, like he's forever punching stuff. He's smoking the expensive cigars. And he has wrinkles. Okay.
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Well, Mexican cigars and the burn, no, it doesn't necessarily mean he burned it, but the cigars definitely.
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
You just call me Pedro? My name isn't Pedro. It's Sherlock.
I don't suppose that you are on vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros. Where did you arrive yesterday? They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them, or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
Yeah, there's days worth of cigars in here. Because nobody ever just travels to Mexico or can order anything via mail. Well, I mean, I don't think they had Amazon back in this day, but but no, yeah, that was the thing I said though. I said, well, just because there are Mexican cigars doesn't mean to say that the guy has to be from Mexico. He could have travelled there and bought them. Maybe he has family there who send them to him. You know, and Mexico and Chile, okay, there's a fair distance. It's, you know, all the way down the spine of South America, but they could export them there, you know. Or if not there, somewhere into the, like, Gulf Coast area, and this guy might have gone there, bought them and come back. You know, maybe like Venezuela or something. There's ways it could get there. So yeah, it's a possibility that he was telling the truth about being Chilean, but he didn't arrive here yesterday. Because the amount of stubs in the ashtray, and the fact that some of the cigars are really old looking, not just fresh and new like some of the more recent ones, he's been here a while. And he's probably the only person smoking those cigars in this station, so not trustworthy. Right, let me use the telegram. Contact Mycroft.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
There are two companies, the Chilean Barcazas and the Mexican Caracal. Both wanted to purchase WA coal mines. The Mexican Caracal consortium established an initial deal, had prepared the papers, but then the Chilean Barcazas group, aided by their influential connections, snatched the concluding deal for the mines. Interesting. So they basically undercut them. Burgers or hot dogs for lunch? Burger unless you can get a bona fide pretzel dog. Yep, see you later, Sam. Enjoy whichever one you choose to get. But yeah, I would vote burgers as well. Can we call this guy out on his bullshit now?
I find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
No. Okay. He's missing a button as well, so if we could find that, that would be interesting to find out where that is, right? If we find it somewhere it's not meant to be. Okay. Wrong button, Matt. Let's do some of this then. Suspicious Mexican at Doncaster. Mexicans versus Chileans could link together. Nope. WA Coal and Chile. Mexicans are angry. The Mexican Caracal Company held a grudge against the Chilean Barquezas group, as the Chileans were favoured for purchasing the WA coal mines despite the Mexicans' preliminary sales contract. Okay, so that's one of them. The WA coal, Chileans, and the old railway to the quarry, stolen rail track. Mines are collapsed. Special wagon, Mexican versus Chileans. So we could say there was no grudge as well. Business is business after all. Well, I know that's not the case because we found the note where they were like, this will not stand. Stolen rail track, old railway to the quarry. Was that this one? So this is whether or not we believe it passed or missed Chesterfield. The train passed through Chesterfield station despite being unsure if the station master sent the report, or it never passed through Chesterfield. The station master was drunk. His testimony seems unreliable. He could have sent the report without witnessing the train. Mines are collapsed. Stolen rail track. Special wagon, Doncaster telegram doesn't make a difference. Okay, none of these link up yet, so we've still got some more to find. Okay. Still got to find out what the special wagon was carrying. And still it says examine Doncasters for clues, but I don't think we've got anything else we can find here. There's nothing in here. Definitely nothing in the luggage. Oh, station master's bag.
This post bag belongs to the station master.
Okay. Letter to a lawyer. Well, let's just read the guy's personal correspondence. This is terrible. Does the game ever force you to review something you've reviewed previously? Don't think it does specifically. I mean, you can shed new light on clues, but in the deduction screen, I've never seen any of those change, just have other options added to them. But I mean, half of that is then deducing things with this evidence that you find, the documents and that kind of stuff, and things in here, and making your own determinations. What I have noticed, however, is the character screens add more information the more you find out. So you can come back to these and reread them and find out extra stuff. So that's a thing you can do. Anyway, let's have a look at this one. The letter to a lawyer. Corwell Advocate Agency, blah blah blah, in Bromley, London. In reply to your last warning letter, I wish to assure you that I shall soon honour all of the latest instalments that I need to pay according to my debts. Your faithfully, Edward Duff. Okay, so the guy's in debt, and he has a gambling problem. Oh dear. Letter to wife. Let me guess. Divorce. He did have a missing wedding ring. There's a faded, paler, ring mark on his finger.
The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
He said he left Nottingham because he wanted somewhere to go that was quieter. Maybe he just wanted to be out of the way of a, collapsing marriage and all the, all the hurt that comes with it. My darling, I shall ask you to trust me this time. I shall soon have more than enough money to repay the house mortgage. It's only a matter of days. You may continue living in the house without me, since that is your wish. Please know that I still care about you, and I hope that you will forgive me one day despite all of the harm I've caused in recent years. Yours, Edward. Oh dear. Brad W Gaming, hey, how's it going? How's your day today? Hope you're well. It's good to see you. Okay, so that was the last of the Doncaster clues. I guess we can challenge the guy on this, but it seems kind of cruddy to drag his marital problems into it. But he does say that he's coming into money, and I'm sorry, but gambling ain't coming into money, but that's how gamblers see it, right? I'll have enough money soon, the next one will be the big one. Decent day, weather good, can't complain.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
Okay, we can't challenge him still on anything else. Let's go back to the mines and have a look then, because we need to find out... examine the mines to find out, is it possible to hide a train there? Can we use anything in that information for this guy? Doncaster Master receiving money. It's possible he lied. So did it pass Doncaster or not? The train never passed through Doncaster station. The station master lied and sent a false report, bribed with money he desperately needed. I believe that, to be honest. Every day is always better when the weather is good. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So, also, there's missing track here. Traces on the ground, missing rail links. Screws all over the floor. They don't look like screws,
Someone
but okay.
removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been dismantled. A few feet...
Okay, so some of the rail was removed from here. I also see more ties. This whole thing was collapsed. This looks like it happened ages ago, though. I mean, look at it. What did they do? Did they just throw some barrels and rail carts and tools into there for good measure? It's not like they could just collapse it on their own. Oh, there's another shed here we didn't look at. Well, hi there, shed. What secrets do you hold? Another teapot.